Okay, you arrive to your destination, the light is amazing, you can see that everything is nice, even the sky is beautiful, the details in the shadow, they are amazing. But what happened is your eyes are looking at that. When you turn on your camera, you realize, oh, my camera doesn't have a huge dynamic range. So then you have to choose between the sky or the shadows. Either you expose the sky, which means you're gonna reduce the exposition in your camera, but then your shadows are gonna die, you know, all your shadows are gonna be super dark. Or either you expose the shadows, but when you expose the shadows, you have to put your exposition up, and then your sky is gonna explode. So what can you do? Well, there is a solution, and it's called bracketing. Nowadays, most cameras, even the camera in your phone, has the option HDR, which means high dynamic range. That can help a lot, but not always is going to look perfect. Sometimes it looks very digital, which I personally don't like. Of course, with the artificial intelligence nowadays, everything looks so amazing, but it's always good to learn how to do it manually. Now, professional cameras like this one, of course, they're gonna have a big dynamic range and they're gonna make your pictures amazing, but not everybody have this kind of cameras, and that's why we're doing the bracketing now. But now, how to get an amazing picture with a very high dynamic range with any camera, because you can even use your phone for this. What we have to do is to take few pictures with different exposures. Today I'm gonna take 3 pictures, but you have to try, because sometimes you need to take more pictures. And remember something, you always have to use a tripod, like I'm using right now this tripod. Always use a tripod, because the pictures have to be the same, so that it's gonna make it easier when you are in the editing software to put them together. The first thing we have to do is to take a picture with the perfect exposure. At least what the camera is telling you is the perfect exposure. So you can see in the screen that it says ±0. That means that the exposure is correct based in the camera. So let's take the picture. Now the second picture is gonna be with -2, so we're actually underexposing the picture. With that, we're gonna get a lot of details in the sky, so let's take the picture. And now the third picture, I think we understood already how it's working. We're gonna go with +2, so we're going to overexpose now. The sky is gonna be like blown out, overexposed, but we're gonna get details in the shadows. So let's take the picture. Just like that, we have the 3 pictures, 3 different exposures. Now let's go back home and let's see what are we gonna do with Lightroom. Okay, here we are, and you're gonna see how easy it is to do this bracketing using Lightroom. In my case, I'm gonna use Lightroom, but it doesn't mean that other applications or softwares are not gonna be able to do it. Most of the applications and softwares have this bracketing option. Of course, we're talking about like semi-pro to professional softwares, okay? But now, I'm using Lightroom, so let's go to Lightroom. Okay guys, now here in Lightroom we can see that we have the first picture open. Remember, the first picture was the one that the camera was saying that it was the perfect exposure. And it is actually very good exposure. I'm gonna press L and L so we can isolate the picture. So we can see here that in the shadows, I think it's okay. We can see details, we can see the house here in the corner, very nice. But if we go to the sky, we can see that it's a little bit overexposed in the right corner. But today we're doing bracketing, so let's fix this. Now let's go to the third picture, which is the overexposed picture. Now we see that the sky basically exploded. We lost every detail in the sky. It's completely overexposed. But if we see here where the shadows were, we have details. Look at the trees, the house. There's more details in the house, more details in the trees. And that's what we want. We're gonna merge all the pictures and get the best of each picture, okay? Now let's go to the middle one. Actually, this was the second picture that we took, and this is the underexposed picture. Now we lost the shadows. Look, we cannot even see the details in the house. But if we see the sky, we fix this corner. Now we have a lot of details in the sky, which looks amazing. So now we're gonna do the bracketing, but remember that the final picture that Lightroom is gonna give us is not edited yet. So it means that's the merge, but we still have to edit the picture. So we select the first picture. Now pressing Shift, we select the third picture. So now we have all the pictures selected. We're gonna right click. And be careful, because you have here stacking. That's something else, okay? You actually do very similar than this scenario with the bracketing. You're gonna take few pictures, but in this case, we're talking about focusing. So you're gonna focus in different parts of the picture, and then we're gonna stack the picture using the stacking, and all the pictures gonna be super focused. It's gonna be very, very nice, especially for macro photography. This is incredible, and I will do a video about it, don't worry. The video is coming, okay? The video is coming. But today what we want to do is to merge these pictures. So we're gonna do photo merge, and we're gonna use the HDR, high dynamic range. This is bracketing, okay? We have panorama also, HDR panorama. I actually did a video about panorama, how to take pictures and make a panorama picture. It was really, really nice. So I would suggest you to check it out. But we're gonna do HDR today. We're doing bracketing. And we press HDR, click, and let Lightroom do its job. Okay, as we can see, it's already merged. They put all the pictures together. If you remember how the picture was, and now look at the sky, the details in the grass, the details in the hills, everything is much better. Now we have here this auto align in case the tripod moved a little bit, or you really were steady and took the picture by hand and it moved a little bit. Of course, when it's merged, it's gonna be like super weird. This auto align is gonna fix the problem. We can actually take it out. And as you can see, we're not gonna have any problem because we were using a tripod. Now, we're gonna go here where it says the ghost amount, and actually we don't have any ghosting. I think it's okay. I was checking the picture, it's perfect, so we can leave it in none. Now here in create stock, I don't know if you edit in Photoshop, you see that you work with layers. If we put create stock, it's gonna create layers here so that you can also edit it in Photoshop. We're not gonna do that, so we just go to merge. We're gonna leave a little bit of time because you can see here that it's creating HDR, so it's creating the picture. And now we have the picture. Look at the difference. Look how nice is this picture. I'm gonna press L and L to isolate it. Look at this. Super high dynamic range, and this is real. This is not digital. This is not created by a cell phone and artificial intelligence. We took the pictures. We did it. Details in the plants here, in the hills. Look at the sky. Even here in the corner is not overexposed, even though the sun is here. We have all details. And just imagine that we didn't even edit the picture yet. We could still edit the picture. So this is our picture. We did our bracketing. Some cameras are gonna have the option of bracketing, and sometimes the camera is gonna decide how many pictures you need. And also, in some cases, the camera is gonna put all the pictures together and it's gonna give you the final picture, which is amazing because it makes you save time. In my case, I use Lumix cameras, and as you can see here in the menu, you have the option of bracketing. You can choose how many photos. You can choose also the exposure, the stops that you need to do. So it makes your life much easier. It's super cool. As you can see, bracketing is super easy and it's gonna make you take amazing pictures from now on. Let me know in the comments if you knew about this technique and how often do you use it. Also, let me know if you want to know a new technique that you heard about, or if you use other techniques that we don't know or maybe I didn't mention in the channel. It's always nice to help each other. As I mentioned many times, we're creating a community here. And now, until next week.